Hello friends, Maria here with you today with another look back to all my layouts that I created in May. May was a very busy month for me scrapbooking wise. National Scrapbooking Weekend happened, and then I also took part in a cyber crop where there were tons of challenges and I completed them all. Well, did I? Hang on, no, I may have not completed a couple of them because I just lost my mojo and ran out of steam. But yeah, as you can see, it's going to be a very busy month. So here we go. These are not stored in any particular order. They're just in an album for now, and at some point in the future I will be tidying them up by chronologically probably. So this one, You Lift My Heart Up, it's done with butterflies from a collection called watercolor. Oh my goodness, I can't remember. I will put it in the subtitles at the bottom later. But yeah, I fussy cut these butterflies, beautiful, and I did some watercoloring in the background. The challenge, this one was for one of the challenges in the cyber crop, and the challenge was to use ripped paper. If you've been following my channel, you know I don't do ripped paper. So yeah, I kept it to a minimum. I did these edges ripped, and that's it. This one here, Explore, it was for another one of the challenges. The challenge was to fussy cut the title. Sorry, not to use, not fussy cut, but to use, not to use alphas or anything like that, or stickers, but you had to create the title with your own cutting yourselves. But I couldn't get myself to do it, so I cut that title from a piece of 12 by 12 paper. And yeah, it's got 3 clusters of embellishments. That was part of the requirement as well in the challenge. This one was following a sketch. This one was for the Lottie Loves Paper Facebook group. This one, Thrilled, this one was for the cyber crop as well. It was to use the word thrilled, and it was to use mixed media. So I used stitching, sorry. I used splatters as well in grey. I don't know if you can see them, and I used some enamel shapes as well. This one was also for the cyber crop. It was you had to design your layout so it would go horizontally from one edge to the other, and I cut that frame there and I regretted it. I wish I had just done the same as this one, just make the frame go to the edge, but I'm still very happy with it. This one was also for the cyber crop. The challenge was to use just primary colors, so you could only use red, blue and yellow, and I wasn't too keen on using red, so I decided to go for these ribbons that I have used before, and you will see a bit later on for another challenge. So yeah, I'm really happy how this turned out. This one was created for National Scrapbooking Day. The challenge was to use either based on music, was it music? Yeah, music or film, or a book or something like that. So I played with the words on the title and called it We're Going on a Gruffalo Hunt. It's a picture of my daughter with a gruffalo. Oh, missing one there. This one was a recent sketch as well for the Lottie Loves Paper Facebook group, and I really loved doing this page actually. A lot of people made this completely horizontal, not at an angle, but I actually loved how it looks at an angle. And I also, there's a little envelope there with the cinema ticket. That one was done recently for a mini challenging in another Facebook group. It was to scrap lift a design from Pinterest, and I really enjoyed doing this one as well. I did holes here, and I was gonna do some stitching, but I changed my mind at the end, because once I had done the holes, I actually loved how these holes looked without having to do the stitching, so very happy with that. Another layout, this one wasn't for a challenge or anything like that, that was just because I had time to scrapbook and I really fancied. I fussy cut these flowers. I used my Lottie Loves paper kit from last month, yeah, it was last month's one, and some other Lottie Loves paper embellishments from previous kits. This layout was from National Scrapbooking Day as well. It was a scrap lift from Laura Rumble's video, and again very happy with these tags and the gold splatters. Very happy with that. Another National Scrapbooking Day layout. This was based on the UK Scrap Addicts single page sketch, and I did some mixed media with texture paste. The texture paste was white, however it didn't show very white. It's kind of like a lighter green now, and I don't mind it. I just wish it had stayed a bit whiter, so I'm gonna have to find out a way to make texture paste to stay whiter once you apply it to a coloured page. This one was for National Scrapbooking Day as well. This one was to scrap lift one of your first layouts, and one of my first layouts was a very small 8x8 page with a very simple layout, and that's why this page is so simple, because I wanted to stay true to the original layout, but I actually like it a lot, so very happy. This one was done for the May challenge over at Stick It Down blog, and it was to follow a sketch by Laura Rumble, and the sketch had, from what I understand, lots of stamping in the background, so I went for it and did lots of stamping. I actually enjoyed making this layout a lot. This one also was for National Scrapbooking Day. The challenge was to use ribbon and washi tape and mixed media overall. So I cut a heart on the silhouette, a big one. I applied glue to the surface, and then, well, not to the whole surface, but I did washi tape and lots of ribbon in these colours. And I love the yellow cardstock. I think it makes the heart really pop out. If the cardstock in the background had been just white, I don't think it would have been so effective. So yeah, I really like that one. This one was also National Scrapbooking Day. It was a scrap lift by Scrapbook Specs, sorry. And she did also a very similar page with 2 triangles and then washi tape in the middle, so I really liked it. Another National Scrapbooking page for a another National Scrapbooking Day page. This one was to use Project Live cards, and well, it wasn't to use Project Live cards, it was to scrap lift a layout from a lady who does Project Live, so I decided to use Project Live cards on my layout. And it's yeah, as you can see, it's very simple, just the squares with the photo here and the layout, sorry, with the journal in there. This one here was for not Stick It Down, sorry, oh goodness, another challenge blog, sketch base, oh yeah, stack sketches, yeah, that was it. And it actually was featured on their blog because they really loved it, and I love it as well. It was based on a sketch on the website, and I used a very old collection that I've been saving for a long time from Echo Park paper for the papers and stuff. So yeah, I was very happy with that. This one I created in a crop. These two actually I created in the last crop that I attended in Winchester last month, and this one was very quick. I only had a little bit left time at the end of the day, and I wanted to make a very quick just paper layering rather than anything more complicated, because this one was a nightmare. I had never done French hearts before, and it was much harder than I thought it was going to be. Let me take it out. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, all this is cut with the French and with French scissors, and it was really difficult to make. I wasn't in love with the technique, and I don't think I'll repeat it again. But overall, I'm very happy with the layout. It's a lovely photo of my cat, and overall it's quite nice, but I won't be making it again. This one I also completed at that same crop. I had already cut this on my silhouette to take to the crop, and I used Lottie Loft's paper kit as well to create it. This one here on the right, again, is a National Scrapbooking Day. It was we needed to use one of the cat files from UK Scrap Addicts, and I decided, rather than cutting it with a silhouette, I decided to actually print it on. I've got an A3 printer, so I can print 12 by 12, which is very handy. And then I watercolored it, and so yeah, very happy with this one. It's not perfect at watercoloring, but I think that actually adds to the story behind the layout. This one was done also for National Scrapbooking Day over UK Scrap Addicts. It was to use a mood board, and the mood board had like wedding flowers and very soft colours. So I was really inspired to finally scrapbook a page about my wedding. I don't have many, actually. No, this is the first one the second one that I've done of my wedding. So yeah, slowly. This one, another layout based on the single page sketch over UK Scrap Addicts. I have a video of how I created this, so you can go back to the videos. And this one the same. I've got a video on how I created this one. This one was also for National Scrapbooking Day. I created this so people could scrap lift it, and a lot of people loved the idea of this frame and went for it, and I actually loved what people created. And this is the album, but this is not all of it. Hang on a second, let me close this. There we go, because there's some more. Okay, let me start with this one. This is another layout I made recently. It was a scrap lift from Victoria Marie, I think, and I loved using making this layout because it made me use lots of embellishments that otherwise I never use. I've had these flowers and these embellishments for quite a while now, and it was something that I wasn't planning on using anytime soon. So I'm quite happy how this came out, and also it's my first A4 layout. I'm planning on making A4 layouts from time to time. It won't happen very often, but at some point I will get also an album for storing my A4 layouts. This one is recent as well. I made this for the Silhouette blog. I'm part of the Silhouette UK design team, and I made this layout with a tutorial on how to create this circular background. This one also, it's part of the cyber crop and also part of the Lottie Loves paper sketches weekend, five sketches in 5 days. So I used the sketch also to participate on the cyber crop, and the challenge was to scrapbook about food. So I took the inspiration to put the recipe of one of my favorite dishes. Another cyber crop sorry, excuse me. Another cyber crop challenge layout. This one was to scrapbook about a dream or someone sleeping or something like that. It was quite, the prompt was quite, you could interpret it in several ways. So I went for a dream come true, and it's a photo of me finally becoming a British citizen last year. Another page for the cyber crop. This one was you could only use black, white, or cream, or ivory type of thing, colors. And I went for washi tape, some fussy cut papers as well, and I did the main words on the title. I sketched them with my silhouette, and I wish I had planned the journaling a bit better because it looks a bit messy, but overall I'm quite happy. Another recent layout I made with Cocoa Vanilla. Oh my goodness, I hadn't realized I haven't cut that yet. But yeah, Cocoa Vanilla Studio U-Rock collection. I cut this on my silhouette. Very, very happy with this. It's a bit cheating because that's part of the page of the paper, so I didn't create that mixed media, but otherwise I'm very happy with that. This is another one of Lottie Loves Paper, 5 sketches in 5 days. This sketch called for very long journaling here, so I took the opportunity to tell the story of my daughter's love for pink colours and pink paper. Another one from Lottie Loves Paper sketches. I used an old Shimmel collection, which I love, and it's very straightforward, very simple, very clean, but I really like it. Another recent one, again I used the U-Rock collection, and this is a scrap lift from Pinterest. There was a layout that I saw that it was lovely. It was the layout I saw that this central part was narrower and much busier with all the embellishments, but I quite liked how this turned out. I've got a video for this, by the way, if you want to go back and watch. And the last two, this back from National Scrapbooking Day. This was from a tic-tac-toe challenge to use no pattern paper and ink splatters and texture paste. So I went for a star background. I don't know if you can see. So there's texture paste, a background, and then ink splatters at the top. Very, very happy with how this layout turned out, and with lots of journaling in that envelope thing, pocket there. And the last one, another one from National Scrapbooking Day. This was done for whispers, for Chinese whispers layout. So it started with one layout, and many people later scrap lifting each other. It finished with this one. I'm very happy as well. I again used paint and then some texture paste. So yeah, these are all my layouts for May. I think I may have missed one or two actually, thinking about it now, but yeah, hopefully June will be busy as well. Maybe not this busy because there's no National Scrapbooking Day and there's no more challenges and things like that, but yeah, hopefully I will see you soon. Bye bye.